everyone. Well, today I thought I would come and share some glassine bags that I've been making. They're really simple to use, and it's really easy to create over them. Just, you know, gluing stuff on them. It's great. This is one that I made. It's close to what a glassine bag looks like, but I wanted some bigger ones, and I didn't want to really buy 1,000, and I don't want to pay for shipping, you know, on 20 or 30 bags. So I just got some glassine paper, and I thought I would just make, you know, make my own. I know that they have kind of a rounded top, and you could do that if you wanted to, but I'm just going to give you the idea of how to make one. I think there's other people on YouTube that do it as well. I'm just going to get out my new trimmer, and I love it. I'm going to cut a 12 by 12 glassine, excuse me, glassine paper. I'm going to first cut it at 9 3/4. Then I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to cut it at 8 inches. So we're done with this. So this one had kind of a bend in it, but I don't think it's going to matter. What I want to do basically is find the middle, sort of like here, just to give me an idea of where I'm folding to. I'm going to fold this in to here. It doesn't help when you have a fold already in this paper, because it's hard to manage as it is. And I want to overlap it just a little bit, just like that. So then what I'm going to do is just kind of fold it up at the bottom like that, and I'm going to fold it down at the top. Now, if you want to make them all exactly the same size, this is what you would need to do. Just, you know, fold it down, get yourself make one and then make a bunch after. Then you can use that as a guide. So what I do here, just to get rid of the bulk, is I'm going to cut this right off. And actually I want to cut it off at a bit of an angle. And I'm going to take it right up here, like that, so you can see that it's kind of an angle. And I'm going to turn and do the same on this side, just cutting this at a bit of an angle, just to the fold. And I'm going to do this bottom at a bit of an angle. So then I'm going to do kind of the same thing at the top. This is my top. So I'm going to cut this at a bit of an angle. And it really doesn't have to be perfect. And the other side coming back in at an angle. This will be on an angle, just so that you have your flaps for the top and bottom. And I'm just getting rid of bulk. That's all I'm doing here. So now when you fold it in to itself, Oh, this is the top because it's bigger. This is the bottom. So I'm just going to, I should really get a bone folder, but I don't think it matters at this point. And the kind of glue I've been using is the Tombow. Excuse me. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right here. Just going to press that down. I'm going to grab my bone folder, one of them, and I'm just pushing. And I want to make sure that none of that's squeezed out inside, and it's good. I think Crafty Irina did a video on making these. I'm pretty sure she did. You can also check her channel out. She's amazing. Love her. I want to go inside again just to make sure that I haven't oozed any glue out on the inside. And this is pretty much ready to go. And they're not exactly perfect, exactly the same, but it doesn't matter. I just thought I'd come on quick. It's a quick thing to do. You can just glue on any kind of mixed media stuff that you have onto these bags and make them really cute. Okay, so I went and I got some music paper and one of my jelly prints, and we're just going to put that on here. So I think I'm going to use Eileen's tacky for this, and I could probably use something less heavy, I think. I'm just going to put it everywhere. Especially on the edges. And I want to move that around a bit. So I'm just going to use the edge of my bone folder because I don't want it to be too thick, but I want it to get to the edges. Sorry, had to grab the phone. So I spread it around, kind of wiped off my bone folder with a baby wipe, and I'm just putting this down. I'm going to need a little bit more glue here. Maybe I'll use this PPA. If it's going to come out, I'm not sure. Nope. It gets stuck in here sometimes. I don't understand why, because I've got it closed and I don't want too much. Like, that's more than I need probably. So what I'm going to do is just take this and put it on the back of this. That's all you need. And if I get this straight on here, I'm going to trim it anyways. Use my bone folder again. It's not enough glue, so it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter what kind of glue you use, I don't think, anyways. You do want it to kind of stay if you're adding this into a page that... Okay, I'm just going to trim this off. Like these would be really good as gifts you're sending somebody. You could fill these up with, goodness, lots of things. You can make them any size you want. You got to be really careful not to cut the edge of the bag that you've just made. This stuff is very thin. So okay. I'm just going to give that a bit of a dry. You might notice that there's a bit of moisture that builds up, and that's not a problem. It's still glued. Just don't get too close with your heat gun, because it'll probably burn it pretty quick. I'm just drying the inside now, and then going back to the outside here. Oops. And that's good enough, probably. So now what I want to do is I'm going to use some Tim Holtz. I want to ink the edges up a little bit. And I'm using ground espresso. I like to have a little bit more in the corners. And I like to add some stamping. I'm just going to use some StazOn. I'm not sure which ones I want on here. Maybe this one. These stamps, I just got them not that long ago. They're these ones. I just got them about a week ago. They're amazing. I really like them. I think I'm going to use this. And I'll use this one. This is just a really quick to give you an idea of what you can do. I could have probably used some different stamps that I have. That's my little tip on making your own glassine bags rather than spending a fortune, buying them. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it. Yeah, that's it. Great. Bye now.